I wake up and we're in the sand dunes. I'm thinking we're gonna wake up in Mammoth, you know, and we're in the sand dunes. I'm like, what's this detour? I'm like, sweet, I've never been to the sand dunes before. I was super new, stoked just to be there and look around at the awesomeness of these sand dunes. Is just amazing. So I jump on my 125, start pinning it around. That thing blows up in no time. At the time, all I'd seen from Krusty was a teaser, and it had shots of Brian Manley and Joel Albrecht just launching down this huge step down jump. We get up there, of course D was there calling me out. What do you got? You gonna hit it or not? We're gonna waste our time here all day? You gonna hit this thing? Come on, guy. So there was a pretty good kicker on the takeoff, and I'm thinking, you know, the gap's pretty gnarly. It's about the same gap as we were just hitting. Even though it's a step down, I don't want to come up short, so I'll just hit it in 4th gear, taped like we were hitting the other one. And when I came off that kicker, I just knew it was over. It was just getting like launched out of a rocket ship. It was ridiculous. I was just so high, looking down, knowing where I was going to land, missing the whole downside of the landing and seeing the flats down there. And it was kind of a scary ride, but I just kind of kept the bike straight in the air, and right before I landed, I got in the gas and looped it out. Just kind of sucked me up in the sand. Bent the crossbar out about 1.5 feet with my face mask, busted in, just cut me up a little bit, broke my nose. So my lower back was pretty messed up. I couldn't bend over for about 1.5 weeks, 2 weeks.
Oh, I've never seen it like that happen to a bike. Seth, what gear were you in, bro? I don't know. Bastard. Huh?
I was pretty sore. But when I got to the hospital, I was like, hey, I can't go in the hospital, you know, I don't have insurance. And Dana's like,
you get out of the van, walk around the circle and get in, you're fine.
So I did, walked around, everything was fine. Jumped in the van, went home. And 2 days later was Monday morning, and we were doing construction. I had to go back to work. I wasn't too good for Dana because I couldn't bend down to screw off, or I couldn't lift much. I could just pretty much do a few screws standing straight up. My back was just jacked. But I worked through it, and it's all good.
I'll go to a doctor if I need to. I don't need to right now. You got some serious problems. You need to work out with yourself.
Best line of all time right there, baby.
Started showing people that footage of me launching the sand dune, and people just started tripping out. They're like, other people said what Dana said about the issues I needed to work out with myself. They thought the same thing.
The first time I seen Seth ride, I'm like, man, this guy really has no idea what he's doing.
He doesn't know what he's doing. He has no fucking idea what he's doing.
But he just kept charging it, you know. It was kind of cool. He'd go out and he's busting the, you know, the real technical stuff. You know, crashing on most of it, but it was cool because he was just wadding it up.
I think they were a little shocked. They were kind of surprised that somebody wanted to hit the jumps that they were hitting because they were pros and everything else. But I wasn't really afraid of getting hurt or anything else. I just cared about proving a point.
What in the world have I become? What have I become? You take